Today I'm going to cover some of my favorite things to teach your new puppy on day one.
Today's video is sponsored by PetFlow.
When you have a new dog, you can get started with teaching them lots of interesting concepts almost immediately. Click thumbs up for the legendary BB-8. Also, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you see all my future videos too. And if you want to get the most out of my videos, pick up a copy of my best-selling book, Dog Training Revolution. It's perfect if you're thinking about getting a dog or want to get serious about having the best dog possible. If you want your very own signed copy, check out my Patreon campaign for the details. Link in the description. If you've gotten a new dog, you'll obviously need to make sure they have their dog food. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. The most convenient way to make sure that your dog's food is always there when you need it is to set up automatic pet food delivery at petflow.com/ZachGeorge. All you need to do is select a really good food for your new dog and how often you want it shipped to your house. It really is that simple. And you can forget about ever waiting in traffic again. Well, at least for your dog food anyway. I'll have a special link and a coupon code in the description of this video. Plus, remember, by changing the way you buy dog food, you're helping us change the way people teach dogs. Now, let's cover some of my favorite things to teach your new puppy on their first day. Since basic communication is lacking with most new dogs, we have to come up with other ways to keep their attention, especially in that first few months of training. That's what I like to call the communication building phase, which usually lasts a few months. Treats are a great way to do that. I'm using tiny pieces of real chicken. Lure training is where you encourage your dog to be in a particular physical position by kind of coaxing them with a treat. You can see that right now, BB-8 is in a lie down position. Well, I want to encourage him to come up. So I'm going to use his nose right here. Right here. Gonna use it like a magnet up to kind of encourage him to come up. Did you see that? And let's see if we can get him to spin around in a circle. Wow, that's pretty awesome. How about sit, lie down, and you gotta be kidding me. Look at that, roll over, first attempt, guys. I'm not even kidding. I honestly have never worked with him on any of this stuff, so he's doing a great job. That's called roll over. So you can see he's really doing well. There is a lot of power in lure training, especially at first. It's not just about the treat either. Always inject your training with lots of enthusiasm, positivity, and encouragement when you're working with your dog. That'll go a long way to teaching them to do lots of new cool things. Teaching your dog to come to you when you call them is absolutely vital, and you can't practice this too much. Always make sure that you have a leash on your dog whenever teaching them anything in the first year. You want to really maintain control of the environment. A good rule of thumb when you're teaching your dog to come to you is to always call them in a really encouraging, optimistic, happy voice. Do what you can to be real exciting to make sure your dog wants to come to you. BB-8, come here, come here. Good boy, you did so well. The other thing you gotta remember is to go out of your way to make sure that they understand that coming to you results in something amazing. And for dogs like BB-8, there are few things that are more desirable than a piece of real chicken. At first, keep your distances short with your dog. Don't ask them to come to you from a massive range. The closer you are to your dog, the more likely they are to listen to you in beginner training. Come on, let's go. Running away from them is also a great way to encourage them to come to you because instinctively, most dogs really like to chase. You're doing a terrific job. If possible, try and get down to your dog's level and encourage them with your eyes to come to you. That always helps. BB-8, come on. Come here, come on. Oh, right there. It's a good thing we have a leash on, see? There we go. BB-8, come here. Come on, there we go. Good job. So right there, we worked through a real life distraction, so that's pretty awesome. You don't always have to use food as your primary currency when teaching your dog to come to you either. Consider using toys too. Sometimes it can be really frustrating if your dog doesn't come to you immediately, and you might be tempted to use a really firm or even angry voice, but don't resort to doing this. Keep it optimistic for your dog and enjoyable. If you go out of your way to reach deep during these moments, you'll get a lot more out of your training, and your dog will appreciate you a lot more. Perhaps one of the most important skills any dog needs to know is how to stay when you ask them to. This is a potentially life-saving skill. Let's go over what a beginner stay training session should look like. I think we'll focus on stay for a period of time and stay while I walk away. A key thing to remember when teaching your dog to stay is to build it in small little bits. Let me show you what I mean. Stay. Yes. That was like a half-second stay. That's where we start. I'm also being really purposeful with my hand signal here so I can really communicate what this word means. Stay. Yes. since he stayed, I'm going to reward him, and I'm gonna give him a good reward there to let him know how much I really like that he's staying. Okay, good, come here. I'm letting him know that his stay is over now. Stay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, I pushed him to failure. Did you see that? He got distracted by these lovely people walking behind us. So since he broke stay there, you know what? I messed up. I pushed him to failure, and I wanna make sure that doesn't happen 2 times in a row. So I'm gonna take a step back on my training right now and try and set him up for success on this next attempt. So over here, good. Sit, stay. Yes! I wanted to make that one extra easy for him, and he did really well. My goal here is to see if I can work up to a good 4, maybe 5 second stay. So let me get his attention. Good, stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, good. You might have noticed that he went into a down there. That's totally fine because he's not up running around everywhere. He's still kind of staying in this general area. So I'm cool with that, especially at first. Now let's see if we can get him to stay while I walk away. This is gonna be a little bit more challenging though, especially in this distracting environment. Just as we kept stay really easy for a period of time, I wanna do the same thing when I walk away. Stay. Yes, good. I moved back just a little bit to kind of plant the seed that I still want you to stay even though I'm going over there. And remember, with young puppies like this that are under 5 months of age, they're particularly clingy to you, so they like to stay near you. So stay with distance can be particularly challenging with these guys. Stay. He's in a down now, nope. Yeah, good job. Did you see him self-correct there? I love it when they do that. That was great. That means he's starting to get it. That's the thing, you want to reward good decisions that your dog makes on their own. That's really what dog training is all about. It's not about making them do something, it's about making them want to do the thing that you're asking them to do. Now let's see if we can combine stay for a period of time while I walk away at the same time. Stay. Okay, good, come here. Good job. Toys add a completely new dimension to training for many, many dogs. You know, the philosopher Plato once said that you can learn more about a person in an hour of play than a year of conversation. I think that is so true, especially with dogs. When you're introducing a new toy to your dog, go out of your way to make that first experience really exciting for them so that they're super intrigued by it. Even tease them, play keep away with it at first to make them even more interested in it. Of course, let them win here and there as well so that they keep interest in the toy. Experiment with a variety of different toys. Just because your dog doesn't like one particular type of toy doesn't mean he won't love another. So variety is super key. Toys like this are very different than chew toys. You don't leave toys like this or tennis balls or frisbees out when you're not attending to your dog. That keeps these extra special. If your dog always sees that toys like this are super exciting, then they're a lot more likely to focus on you when you're playing with toys like this. Sit. Yes. Stay. Okay, good, yes, good job. We just rewarded by playing with him on a basic skill like stay. You have to practice these in a huge variety of different circumstances, situations, and environments, especially during that first year of training. This is just one example of what one of many training sessions should look like. If you want to help us continue to do our part in raising the standards and what it means to teach a dog, make a contribution to our Patreon campaign. I'll have a link in the description. Give a thumbs up to BB-8. He did so well today as usual. Also make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Set up automatic pet food delivery at petflow.com/ZachGeorge. I'll have some more videos in the description that'll give you more detailed lessons on some of the things we covered today. BB-8, you are a legend, sir. Mwah.
To get the most out of my videos, pick up a copy of my best-selling book, Dog Training Revolution. I'll have a link below. Now, if you've gotten a new puppy, you are definitely at the right place. If you're struggling with puppy biting, see my video on that. Of course, potty training is something you will want to get started with immediately. I've got a great video on that with BB-8 as well. Making sure that your dog is comfortable with a leash is super important. See Puppy's first leash lesson also featuring the amazing BB-8. Thanks to all of our patrons, and thank you so much for subscribing. We'll see you guys in the next episode.